Welcome. I hope that you're okay. Going to do some yoga. Now we're going to start lying on our back. So get yourself comfortable. Have your legs spread long. And we're going to do a belly breath exercise. So let's bring your left hand and just rest it gently on your tummy. And we're going to bring the right hand and rest it on your heart. Just drop your elbows down so that you feel quite relaxed here. See if you can take the breath deep into the belly, bypassing lifting up and dropping down through the chest. And close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Try not to force it in the belly, but maybe there's just a little bit of a lift when you breathe in. That's what we're aiming for. And don't worry if your chest is moving just a little bit. Aiming just for a deeper inhale and exhale. Good. So one of the things that we can do is just add a count to the breath. This will help us just to anchor into the present moment. So we're just going to inhale, then we're going to hold for 4 and exhale for 7. So there's no count on the inhale, but holding for 4 at the top, exhaling for 7. So have a go at doing that. Good. And we'll do 4 more rounds of that. And once you've done your 4 rounds, just dropping the arms down. And we're going to take a really big deep breath in, filling the belly, and releasing on the exhale. Let's do one more. A really deep breath into the body. And releasing on the exhale. Well done. So let's take the arms above the head and we're going to go in for a really big stretch. So bring the feet together, point the toes, and I'm just grabbing hold of my hands. Really stretch out. And then I want you to flex your feet instead of pointing them so your heels are pushing away. And then point your toes again. And let's flex the feet and point the toes. Keeping really active through this stretch. One more, pointing the toes and then pushing the heels away. Well done. And then just relax. So keeping the arms above the head, we're just relaxing here. And then moving into star. So taking the heels off the mat and taking the hands wide as you can. See if you can get that belly breath again here and notice a difference in the way that it feels. Good. And let's bring the arms down by the side and bring the heels in. And we're going to pull the left knee in, grabbing hold of the knee. And we're going to keep the right leg long. Just give yourself a little bit of moving through that left leg gently. Now we're going to move the right leg with the breath. So on an inhale, it's going to come all the way up. And on an exhale, it's come all the way down, but it's not going to come down towards and touch the floor. So it's just going to hover. So let's take a deep breath in, taking that leg all the way up, nice and slow. And then exhale, dropping it down, just pausing, and then inhale. Pull it all the way up. Nice and controlled. Exhale to bring the heel down, hover, and then inhale. Pull on that left knee. And let's do one more. Good, well done. And we're just going to hover here with that right heel just up. Pull that left knee in just a little bit more. Take a big deep breath in. And then we're going to swap the legs on the exhale. Let's drop the left heel down. Pull that right knee in. And then next inhale, taking that left leg all the way up. And then all the way down, just to hover. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, all the way down. Hover. Good, well done. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale, take the leg up. Exhale, take the leg down and hover and pull that right knee in. Fabulous, well done. Let's straighten both legs out, drop the arms down. Just notice how it feels through the hips, through the body. And just getting into waterfall, but both legs come all the way up. And just moving the ankles, just give them a little bit of circling, pointing. Just notice how it feels through the body. Going to do a little bit of core work. So on an inhale, we're going to take the arms all the way towards the back. And then exhale, going to push up. Drop the arms all the way down. Inhale, take the arms all the way up. And exhale, push up. Good. Let's do 3 more of those. So inhale, take out the arms all the way up. Exhale, push up. Good. 2 more. Last one. And then we're going to drop the arms down, drop the legs down. Fabulous. Well done. Now we're going to bend the knees and just lift up the hips into bridge. We're going to do a little bit of pulsing here. So on an inhale, we're going to lift up, and exhale, we're just going to drop down just a little bit. So still quite a lot of space between my back and the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, push down. Good. Keep going. Following your breath. Good. Let's do 2 more. So going a little bit higher. Last one, and slowly bring in the spine all the way down. Let's pull the knees in. Let's draw some circles with the knees going in whichever direction feels right. So 2 in one direction. And then swapping so that we do 2 in the opposite direction. Fabulous. Well done. Dropping the soles of the feet down and then opening the hips, bringing the soles of the feet together. We're getting ourselves into cobbler. Arms are staying down by the side, and we're going to see if we can lift up the hips here. So keeping the feet down, so you're on the outside edge of the feet. Inhale to lift up, exhale to drop down. Keep going with those. So you're coming all the way down this time. Lift it up, coming down. And you might want to pull the knees a little bit further away as you're coming down. 2 more of these. Excellent, well done. Now we're just going to stay in cobbler, but just give your knees a little bit of a flap. And let's take the arms above the head and just come into a static hold, allowing the knees to drop out, bending the elbows, bringing the backs of the hands down, and just relaxing here. So we've got a gentle heart opener. We've done quite a bit of work on opening through the hips. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. And then straighten everything back down again. So bring the arms overhead, straighten the legs out. And we're just going to turn on to our tummy. Coming first into baby cobra. So lying on the belly with the hands underneath the shoulders. And the backs of the feet are down. And think about nice lots of space behind the back of the neck. And without pushing into the mat, we're going to inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring the chin a little bit closer down towards the mat. So we're moving with the breath, lifting up on the inhale. Let the muscles of your back do all the work. And coming down on the exhale. Good, well done. Let's do 2 more of these. Excellent, well done. And then coming into a fuller version of locust. So the arms come down, feet come up, hands come up, palms of the hands facing up, and just lifting up, bringing the shoulder blades together and static hold here. Beautiful, well done. Let's bring everything down, hands back underneath the shoulders and just very gently pushing up into tabletop. It's going to feel really lovely if you get yourself into a cat pose. So make sure your knees are hip distance apart. Just drop your head down and just round through your spine, and maybe just a little bit of moving backwards and forwards. And then just come into the middle. Let's take a big deep breath in and exhale. Drop the belly down into cow. We're just going to pause here. Fabulous. Well done. So if you feel like you're building up a bit of too much of a pressure underneath the wrists, just bring a little bit more of the weight into the knuckles. So you're pushing the whole of the hand down. And then just come into a neutral spine. Well done. And just bring the left hand in just a little bit. We're going to get into bird dog. Left leg comes out. Keep the toes curled under. We're going to take the right arm straight. And if you want to, you can have a go lifting up that back leg, pointing the toes, really stretching out. And just trying to keep the whole of the torso nice and balanced. I'm going to open in through the left hip. See if you can push the fingertips away a little bit more. Good. And then bringing that right hand down and the left knee. Let's bring that right hand into the center, left arm out. Let's take the right leg straight, but toes tucked under. And then if you want to, you can have a go at lifting it up, stretching out here. Great, well done. One more breath in, really stretching out, and then back to tabletop. Excellent, well done. Let's curl the toes under and lift up the hips into a downward facing dog. So it's our first one. Let's pedal out the legs. Make sure the feet are about hip distance apart. Just push into the mat with the flat of the hands. Any kind of movement that would feel good. Taking some deep breaths here. Now we're going to practice our tiger curl. So I'll bring the feet a little bit more into the center. Take the right leg up and a deep breath in. You're going to push back a little bit. On the exhale, we're going to bring that knee in and bring the foot in towards the center and then back. So a deep breath in. Exhale, bring that knee forward. Have a go at dropping that foot in between the hands again. Pushing back, deep breath in. Exhale, bringing that foot through. Let's do one more. Inhale, pushing back, and exhale, bend the knee, bring the foot through. Excellent. And let's drop that left knee down, flatten the foot. So we're going to whoosh the arms all the way up. Feeling a big stretch through the hip flexor, the left leg. Maybe you want to take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to take that stretch a little bit more into the hip flexor. We're going to grab hold of the left wrist and just take that left arm over towards the right. Gentle pull. Fabulous. Well done. Let's have one more breath. And then exhale, back to the center, hands down, back into downward facing dog. So we're going to curl the left toes under, lift the knee up. Back into downward facing dog, pedaling out the legs. So we're going to try the tiger curl on this side. So I like to bring the foot that I'm going to keep on the mat into the center. Left leg comes up. Deep breath in and exhale. See if you can bring that foot forward. Now it's going to look different for everybody. Just practice. So I have to move my left hand out of the way. See if I can keep my left hand there. Deep breath in. Not as good. Two more. So maybe coming up onto tented fingers can help. Good. Last one. Let's plant that foot down. Good. And then drop that right knee down. Let's swoop the arms up. Stretching up, feeling the space between the ribs. Good. Let's grab hold of the left wrist and just take that over towards the right. Trying to keep everything facing forward as well. Good. One more breath. And exhale back to the center, hands down, back into downward facing dog. Good. Well done. And just pausing here. Fantastic. Good. Well done. Let's lift up onto the balls of the feet. Lift the hips up a little bit, push into the mat, and then walk the feet forward into the center, into a forward fold. And let's dangle the arms long down towards the mat. Don't worry if they're nowhere near the mat. Keep your knees soft as you need to. Have a little bit of moving from side to side. It can feel nice. You can pedal out your legs. That can feel good as well. Keep that head drop down. Let's inhale to halfway. So we're straightening the legs, hands on the shins, flattening our back as much as possible. And just checking that we're not lifting the head so that we're compressing the neck. So see if you can push the crown of the head forward so you feel that you've got a lot of space around the neck. One more breath in, really extending through. And then folding forward. Fabulous. Good. Well done. And then very slowly, so soften the knees. We're going to stand up, arms long, all the way up. And just come into mountain. So resetting, palms of the hands coming forward. Think about your posture, trying to tuck your tailbone under. Head is above the heart, which is above the hips. So there's a little bit of pulling back with the shoulders. Feeling the space around the heart and just lifting up the heart just a little bit. And we're going to get into a quad stretch balance. I'm going to stay facing forward. Right leg is going to be our standing leg. We're just going to have a go at picking up and grabbing hold of the left foot. So try and keep the knees together and you'll feel a stretch in the left quad. You might be able to grab hold of that foot with both hands so that you can open through the heart. Good, let's swap over. The left foot planted down. I'm going to bend that right leg. Try and keep the knees together. Now, if you're feeling a bit wobbly, there's nothing wrong with just gently grabbing the wall or just holding on to something. And bringing that heel in as much as you can. Maybe both hands, feeling the quad stretch on this right side. Standing up tall, really important. Wonderful, well done. Back into mountain and just reset here. A couple of deep breaths. And just notice how your quads feel once you've kind of contracted them and then released them. That can feel really nice. So an option of coming into dancer's pose, another balance, or you might want to stay in the quad stretch. So we'll get ourselves into the quad stretch first. So the right leg is our standing leg. And this time, if you fancy it, flex the left foot. So you're holding onto the outside of the ankle. Push the foot away and just raise that right arm up. And we're thinking about lifting up through the chest rather than lifting that left knee up. Didn't see that. Kicking that foot back. Keep holding wherever you are. 2 more breaths. There's a lot of work going on in that dancer's pose. Good. Coming back, resetting, couple of breaths. And then standing on the opposite leg. So quad stretch first of all. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, flexing that foot, kicking the foot away, taking the left arm up, lifting up through the chest. So it can help your balance when you kick that foot away. There's a lot going on. 2 more breaths. Fabulous. Well done. Back into mountain. So reset. Let's close the eyes. So our body's just done loads of work. A couple of deep breaths, maybe just getting that heart rate back down again. And while we're here, stood on our feet, and we've warmed up our quads. So opening the eyes, let's get into chair prayer. Let's bring the feet together, but a little bit of space between the heels. We're going to bend the knees. Just check that you can see and wiggle your toes. So you're taking the weight back into the heels, tucking the tailbone under, hands at heart center. Back as straight as possible. And the more that you're bending the knees, the more that they're having to work. If you want to keep your hands there, you can do. Or if you want to take your arms up, a little bit more of a challenge. Holding for 4 more breaths. So have a big deep breath in, and then we're going to fold forward. On the exhale, feel that wonderful release. Good job. Well done. And then back into downward facing dog. So our hands coming forward, one foot back, then the other. So let's have a little bit of work on our whole body. So coming forward into plank. So shoulders above the hands, bringing your feet a little bit closer together, pushing your hands away, nice and strong through the body. Push your heels away. 3 more breaths. You've got this, nice and strong. Fabulous. Lifting up through the tailbone, back into downward facing dog, and just positioning your feet back. Wonderful, well done. Let's drop back down onto the knees. Flatten the feet, straighten the back. So we're going to go into a side plank. Let's do an easier version first of all. So the hands stay where they are. Bring your right knee in just a little bit, and then take the foot off the mat and extend that left leg long. So I've got right hand, right knee, left foot, and then just lifting up that left arm. This is kind of like a warm up version. Good, well done. Let's do the other side. So dropping the left hand down, left knee, pull the knee in a little bit, take the foot off, straighten that right leg. Let's take the right arm up. Good, well done. Now coming back into tabletop, we're going to repeat that with an option. You can either do the same thing what we've just done. You can have a go, actually, you can have a go lifting up that leg, kind of like a baby half moon. Or if you want to get into a full side plank, straighten the legs and push the heels towards the long edge. And have a go at lifting up the hips. Left arm is long. Keep holding. Well done. One more breath. Back to plank. Into the other side. So the feet are together if you're doing the full side plank version. Lifting up the hips. Good, well done. One more breath. Back to plank. And then dropping the knees down. Well done. Let's come into a tight little ball, tight little child's pose. So arms down long, bringing the forehead down. And just relaxing here. So 3 more big breaths. So we've got a couple of things that we can do when we get on our tummy, almost onto our side. So you're going to get yourself onto your tummy with your left hand and arm in this cactus shape. So let's have a go at doing that. So long through the body, bringing that left arm down, and you're going to push into that arm and just move it out of the way so that you feel big, big stretch. So extend that arm. So just see where you can feel it in this left chest, the left side of the chest. And just rolling back onto your tummy. Well done. So there's some people who can keep that left elbow bent. Have a go again. So we're kind of doing it. And you might not find too much movement over towards your right. So I've got the outside edge of the left foot down and just lifting that right leg into the air. So I've got the right elbow bent, just pushing into it, getting a really big stretch in this left side. So the first option was a lot easier. Well done, let's release. So onto the other side. So I know that I'm gonna straighten my right arm and come over a little bit more and just feel a little bit of a stretch on this right armpit. So this is the easier version. And let's come back onto the tummy and have a go at bending that right elbow in and coming back onto that right shoulder. Now you're going to have to maybe move your legs. We push into the mat. Wonderful, well done. Back onto the belly and then into Sphinx. So bending through the elbows. Bent elbows are underneath the shoulders. Palms of the hands facing forward. And just dropping the head down. And then just dropping the chest down very slowly, finding your way onto your back. I'm going to bring both knees in nice and slowly, just done quite a bit of work on the back. And then drop the knees over to the right, extending that left arm long or cactus arms. And see if you can completely surrender into this twist. And bringing everything back to the center. Give yourself a little bit of rocking from side to side. And then dropping the knees over towards the left, extending that right arm long. Good. Let's bring everything back to the center. And just bring the knees in and lift the head up. Give yourself a little bit of rocking from side to side. And then take in a big deep breath in and exhale. We're going to stretch out, palms of the hands facing up and into Shavasana. Stay here for 3 whole minutes. So allow your body to really relax into this last final pose. And we're going to take 3 big breaths here. See if we can get that air into the belly again. And then very slowly find a gentle way to get up. I'm going to bring my knees in and just rock up and down. I'll eventually get up. And just come into seated position. Let's just close our eyes and think of 3 things that we're really grateful for. And just saying thank you, thank you, thank you for the things that we're grateful for. And I'm really grateful for you for pressing play and doing practice at home. I know it's not easy, but thank you so much. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your day.